One thing that can be entertaining at this point of every season is how unexpected rivalries, Greg, begin to develop.
Yeah, teams that might not be traditional rivals have a few heated games early on, and now their matchups become must-see TV. Happens every season.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The post tandem, it's Horford and Williams. Out on the wings, it's Brown and Tatum. And it's prime time and at the point guard position. Here's Williams. Rebounded by the Spurs. And here's Langford. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Graham gets a wide open look. Al Horford with the rebound. Now for Boston, their last game, a loss to the Mavericks. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Well, I had a chance to talk with the Spurs head coach. He told me they'll be looking to stretch the defense with their ability to knock down shots from deep. He said success on the outside will translate to success on the inside. Sounds like instead of going inside out, they're going to go outside in. Interesting. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Always want to get those threes falling consistently. Here's prime time. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. They get it back. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Now, here's Johnson. 11-point game his last outing. Zohan, the pass to Johnson. Over Tatum. San Antonio again missing. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
And during his rookie year, Jason Tatum faced off with LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals.
GA, think about what a hard-fought series that was. It went the distance to 7 games for Tatum, an incredible test and growing opportunity. To me, that's part of the preparation this guy has received to becoming that franchise player.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Here's prime time. Graham defending. Prime time, the pass to Tatum. Here's prime time. No good on the 3. Spurs trail by 5. Puts it up from 17. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
And you see Langford's ability as a facilitator. Great court awareness.
Here's prime time. No good from outside.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Passes it to Collins. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
Here's Collins. Count it.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Offensive rebound, Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
You know, something that Williams does so well as soon as he has inside positioning, he just goes for the finish.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
What was most disturbing to me was they didn't.
For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. It ended in the bubble, but how about the Spurs playoff streak? 22 consecutive seasons, Greg, coming to an end.
Kevin, making it every year from 1998 to 2019, winning 5 titles over that span, and having the same head coach certainly helped that streak. So did having, though, a couple Hall of Fame.
We've got Devontae Graham. Also Langford out there. Johnson is out there with Chang. And it's Sohan in at the power forward position. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Langford, the pass to Graham. Good on the triple. Graham's got 5 now.
A fine passer for that position. Langford's selflessness is why his teammates enjoy playing with him.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, prime time in the last game against the Mavericks got the job done. He picked up 26 points, and all game long he seemed like he couldn't miss from outside the arc, converting many times from distance. It was a great combination for a guy who's considered to be more of a role player for this team. We'll see what he can bring to the table tonight, Kevin.
All right, David. Greg, we'll see if tonight follows suit. I'm sure he's looking forward to the challenge.
I think he'll be ready. He's in a groove. The confidence is insane. Boy, it's a good place to be.
No doubt. He is locked in, seems so comfortable with where his game is at. Boy, has he been fun to watch.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
It is not an easy task trying to convert against length. Give him credit for taking on that challenge.
And it's prime time missing.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Graham, the pass to Johnson. Back to Graham. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Graham's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's prime time. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for San Antonio. It's a 13-point game. Pass to Langford. 5 on the clock. Over Tatum. And that one goes long. Celtics leading by 13. From outside the arc. And there's 3 points. The long-range shot is on target from primetime.
And the three-pointers are starting to add up. That's his third of the quarter, and it brings him to 4 on the game.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
In this case,
so that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even bet.
That's the end of the first half of the score. Spurs.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy has been getting it done is prime time.
yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, the break certainly didn't have a cooling effect on him at all. He's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
On the floor for Boston. Out on the wings, it's Brown and Tatum. The post tandem, it's Horford and Williams. And it's prime time in a point. You know, Greg, you played on some gritty teams, and we hear that expression, getting punched in the mouth. And it's not usually literal, but what's that look like on the floor? What's it feel like on the court?
Kevin, you're just out hustling and out muscling the team. At times you see it, they've kind of checked out mentally. And I'll tell you what, it is one of the best feelings in sport.
And Graham drops them both. And Doris, this Celtics team, very young. How are they doing?
In consecutive drafts, they drafted 2 talented and elite two-way players. That's Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And so, yes, both guys are young, as is the entire core. But the fact is they've matured together, they've had deep playoff runs, and they remain dangerous.
Prime time's shot is good.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Johnson outside. Collins against Williams. Now here's Graham. Tight defense on him.
Guys, you think about the Boston Celtics, and obviously the offense is driven by the two J's, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So much of what Boston does starts with their wing play.
Good on the second free throw. Boston leading by 7. Shoots. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And doors with Tatum and Brown. If they aren't scoring, they're creating for others.
Yeah, both Jason and Jaylen took major steps as playmakers, understanding the value of their teammates as release points, as guys who can take some pressure off in terms of the scoring load. And listen, neither guy is finished improving.
Here's prime time. He's got 21. Second chance effort. And Williams with the layup. Williams has got 6 points.
And they continue to control the glass.
Spurs trail by 8. Johnson outside. The pass to Sohan. Pass to Langford. Baseline jumper. Doesn't go that time. And the Celtics going the other way now. 17 points was their biggest margin. From past the arc. And he hits it from deep. 3 points there from primetime. And it's an 11-point Celtic lead.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, for 22 straight years, San Antonio made the playoffs. They haven't made the last 3 postseasons, and former Spur Robert Horry worries if they'll ever be relevant again, saying, I hate to say that. San Antonio is a small market. Guys just aren't going to go there. And that's a dire prediction for such a storied and successful franchise, Kevin.
Wow, no kidding, David. All right, thank you. Some changes here for the Spurs. Bassey's checked in. And Keita Bates-Diop's subbed in for Langford. Then for the Celtics, Williams, he's checked in for Robert Williams. Alinari comes in for Al Horford. And Brogdon subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Hits it from three-point range. And now it's 27 points for prime time.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Graham, the pass to Bates-Diop. Johnson, a wide open look, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for the Celtics, leading by 12.
And Brogdon traded over the summer to the Celtics. I'm interested to see how he'll fit with the rest of the Celtics guards. They certainly have a deep rotation now and a lot of flexibility.
Tatum against Johnson. Back to Graham. Goes up with the stripe. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. Graham's got 10 points here in the second half.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Spurs trail by 13. Johnson, the pass to Bassey. And he banks in the layup. Bassey's got his second basket of the night.
There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. San Antonio's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Pass to Sohan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Gallinari. The Spurs shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he's good on the second. Here's prime time. It'll count. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
That is a huge three-pointer. Extends the lead.